Hi friends, Jan from the Moline Library here. Today I'm going to show you how to check your account through PrairieCat and learn about some of the other special features that are offered. To get started, go to the library's website at molinelibrary.com, click on Find It, and then Catalogs, and then PrairieCat. Once you get to that screen, you will find in the upper right-hand corner My Account. Go ahead and click on that and you can get logged in. To get logged in, you'll enter your library card number, and that's the whole number with no spaces. And then your PIN will automatically default to be the last four numbers of your library card unless you have changed it, which we will talk about shortly. Once you're logged in, you will go to your account. If you had already started a search before logging in, after logging in you would have been returned to whatever screen you were on. So there are a lot of different things that you can do here. First, I want to point out how to change your PIN. You can do this by clicking Edit PIN, which is right here next to the Edit Account button. This will open a new window where you will put in your current PIN and then both create and confirm your new PIN. If you ever forget what your PIN is, library staff cannot recover it for you, but they can reset it to the default so that you can recover and get it set up again. The Edit Account button also opens a new window, and this is where you can change your basic information such as your email, your phone number. You can add a mobile phone number and then opt in to receive text messages. Another thing that you can do here is to create an alternate ID. And that would be if you did not want to enter your entire library card number in every time, you could create an alternate ID and put that in instead. And once you have everything that you want to make changes to, you would click Submit and then go ahead and close that window. On the main part of the screen here, you'll see a lot of different options along on the left-hand side. When you first log in, it will default to the top option, which is Messages. This is where you'll find any messages from the library, and you might have a message if something is overdue, if mail that we sent out to you was returned to the library, or if you have a block on your account for some reason. The next option down is Checkouts, and this will allow you to see everything that you currently have checked out. It will tell you the title, the barcode number, the status, which tells you when it's due, and then the call number. You can renew your items from here by either clicking a single title and doing Renew Marked, or by doing Renew All, which would renew all of them. It's important to note that you will not be able to renew items that are already overdue if those items have holds on them, or if you have reached the maximum renewal limit of 3. Another thing that you should be aware of when you are renewing your own items is that it will give you 3 weeks from the date that you renew them, not the date that they are due. So if I were to renew these items right now, I wouldn't get an extra 3 weeks, I would just get 3 weeks from today. The next item down is Fines and Fees. And if you do have anything that is currently overdue, you would see it here along with any other accumulated fines or fees that you might have. If you do owe money, you will have the option to pay online here, and I am sorry, but I can't actually show you that on mine because my account doesn't get fines, but you can find out how to do that by going back to the main website, clicking on How Do I? And then over here on the side is Pay My Library Fine. And that has instructions for both how to pay at the library and then how to pay online. So it's pretty self-explanatory, but you can always get the instructions there. The next option is for holds, and this will tell you anything that you have on hold right now. It'll tell you the title of it, the status, which would be if it's still on hold. This, for example, says in transit because it is on its way to me. Where you're going to pick it up, and then the cancel if not filled by is something that you have to choose when you place the hold. Another option that you have here is to freeze your hold. It's not an option for me now because it's already in transit, but anytime before that hold is activated, you can place a freeze. And what this does is it will keep you on hold for the item and you will continue to move up the list for it, but it will not become available for you until you unfreeze your hold. This would be something that you would want to do if perhaps you were going to be on vacation and you didn't want a book to come in when you weren't going to be around to pick it up. So that's a good option there. You can also cancel your hold. If you have decided you don't want something, you can do that. Reading history is a function that allows the catalog to keep track of what you have checked out. The default for this is to be not turned on. The only way that you can keep track of it is if you activate this option. The library does not have access to this, and the library never keeps track of what you have checked out. To turn this option on, you just click the Save Reading History button. Finally, the ILL for interlibrary loans and the programs is not something that we really use very much, but I am going to talk to you about the My Lists option and how you can add things to your lists now. So let's go ahead and go back up to the search. And I'm going to do a search on Hunger Games, because that seems to be a good thing to search for. When you have found the items that you want, but let's say I don't really want this book right now, I don't want to check it out, I don't want to place it on hold, but I want to remember to come back to it, that is where that list comes in. Under the requested button here are some additional actions, and what you need to do first is to add the item to your cart. So I'm going to actually find a different one since I already have that one in there. So you click and you add it to your cart. What this does is it puts the item into a cart for you. Your cart is only kept while you are logged into your current session. So simply putting something in your cart does not actually save it for later. After you have added something to your cart, you will need to go to the cart, and you can see what's in there right now. Things that I had added to my cart previously are no longer there, only the one that I've currently done. And then from here you do have some options. You can choose to request it. So you might want to do this if you were putting a bunch of things, you weren't sure what you wanted to place on hold. So you could create a list and then at the end say, okay, I only really want these 3 or whatever. You can remove it. You can add a tag. You can email, and I will get back to those options in a moment. And save to list is the one we want to talk about right now. So when we click on Save to List, if you don't have any lists already created, you'll want to do Save to a New List or Create a New List. And this is what it would look like if you didn't already have any lists created. This is what you would see right off the beginning. So I'm going to call this Great Movies, and then I'm going to say Movies I Want to Watch. All right, and then I will create that list, and now that is on there. So I'm going to go back up and do a different search. I'm going to search for Raven Boys. And then I'm going to find, oops, put that into my cart also. So now when I go back to my cart, I'll still see both things. They're going to automatically be selected, but I don't want to do anything with that one because I already have. So I'm going to select the one that I want, and then I'm going to go to Save to List, and now I have some options, Great Movies or Reread. I'm going to add that to my reread list, and so once you already have a list created, all you have to do is choose the list and add it in there. There are some other actions that you can do either from your cart or even from the main screen here. If you've added something into a cart, then you can remove it from the cart. You can email, and what email does is it allows you to email the record for that item either to yourself or to someone else. Perhaps if you just wanted to, remember what it was later, you can email that, or you wanted to recommend it to someone else. And then the last option is a tag. What tags are actually community tags. They don't go into your own record. They are a way that everybody, all of the different users, can tell what a book or something is about. So I'm going to label, oops, I don't want to do that. I want to label this movie with the tag of dystopian. And now it has been submitted. So if I come back now into that record and I scroll down to the bottom, I will see that it has a tag of dystopian, and then it'll also show me that I was actually the one that added that. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at some of the other special features that are available. When you are on a record and you've found what you want, as you scroll down, you'll see a lot of information about this item. It not only tells you who owns it and what the call number is and if it's available or not, but it also gives you some detailed description. If it's a movie, it'll tell you how long it is. If it's a book, it'll tell you how many pages. It gives you some other physical description. It'll give you the author if it's a book. If it's a movie, it tells you the cast. If it's an audiobook, it'll tell you who read it. Any kind of notes. It'll also tell you what the subjects are. And this can be very handy because say that you found a book that is what you want, but this library doesn't have it. And so you could say, okay, that's what I want. And then I could say, so what I really want is books that are about insurgency. Or, it helps you find what those words are that the computer is looking for. Other things that it will tell you, if you go down a little bit more to where it says more from synthetics, sorry, Unbound, it'll give you some different options depending on, if you're in a book or a movie or an audiobook. But you give you the summary, it'll tell you if there's any awards, if it is part of a series, you can find that as well. It'll also then give you some you may also like, which are things that they feel are similar to the ones that you're looking at. And those community tags, along with like the subjects, are one of the ways that they figure out which items are similar in order to recommend to you. So again, if there's any awards that it's gotten, anything like that, all of that information is going to be on that screen as you just scroll down through it. And there is really so much information on here. So I hope that you will take some time and just kind of explore and play around with PrairieCat, because we don't have time to go into all of the amazing things that it can do. All right, well, thank you for watching. I hope that you have a great day and that you find something very awesome to read on PrairieCat. If you have any questions, please give us a call at 309-524-2470 and we'll be happy to help.